Hi, it's Trixie. Let's get in drag for Evita. Well, if it isn't that goddamn party in Los Angeles that I always feel so fortunate to be invited to. I have been going to this party for years. I have been drinking at this party for years. I've met best friends at this party. It's a really fun party. I only usually get to do it once a year, and I'm excited to, what's wrong? Oh.
Your head's reflecting.
Oh shit. Do you guys see how I get treated? Oh, sorry, Baldy. I love to do Evita, and I usually get to do like once a year, and I'm on break right now, but honestly, if you guys can imagine, when I film through the week during the normal part of the year, the last thing I have in me is a 1 a.m. DJ set on a Friday. Do you know what I mean? Like if I film all week, I'm like, I can't do it. So this is actually a perfect time for me to do this because it is kind of a later gig. I only got to DJ an hour, and I have a cool makeup. I sketched out something kind of new that I want to try, and I might need the time because we all know I like to it up. I also just want to say I'm in the middle of my break, and I thought I would just download with you guys what I've been up to, what I've been experiencing, vibing. So I'm gonna go shave and glue it on my brows, and we'll be right back. Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. I'm gonna tell you something I got out of therapy that really surprised me. I went into talk therapy just hoping to get help with my own self. I was off the rails. Every part of everything was not right. And I was hoping to figure out myself and learn about myself. I didn't expect it to be so transformative. I didn't expect to have so many take-home skills. Like I didn't expect credits to transfer. That understanding of this isolated incident helps me understand patterns of how I act and think and react. And what's more is, what I really didn't expect, I've started to understand more in other people. Like once you start to understand your own limitations, your own trauma, you start to be like twice as empathetic about other people. It's really helped me deal with like any type of person in any scenario, to just have empathy and put myself in their shoes and be them for a second. That's something I got from talk therapy. And what I love about BetterHelp is that it can be very accessible to you. The very device that you watch me on. You can also get on the phone in the car. You could text from it. I've had a therapy session on my phone from the airplane, like messaging. I can reschedule my appointments anytime. I could switch therapists at any time for any reason. So many licensed therapists. Sometimes it's just not a vibe. Check out betterhelp.com/Trixie Mattel for a discount on your first month. I'm doing so much better, and I think we should all do the absolute best we can. So thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and let's go back to that gorgeous woman. You guys, okay, let's just start at the top. Do you guys remember, maybe you're not. If anybody is a super fan, this is a gown that I wore in Queen of the Universe. Do you guys remember this? I only wore it once ever, and I think it's so cool. So I was like, I never DJ in a gown. Let's really show, you know, sometimes with like something like Evita, I'm like, should I be cool and communicate to the audience that I'm like, I'm not gonna try that hard, just like a party, just like another night for me? Or should I really show up and make everyone there look like some dumb little bitch? You know what I mean? The faggots in the mesh shirts with the pearl necklaces, should I really show up and make them just lay down on the ground and weep? Yeah, I should. That cutoff denim jacket ain't shit to me. You know what I mean? I know I'm not regarded as a fashionista. I do believe in looking nice. I'm not one of those drag queens who fights that, you know, impulse to look nice, but sometimes it's unsuccessful. If you guys ever see me looking like shit, which we all have, can you just remember that it's never intentional? Like, I'm never one of those drag queens who's gonna be like, it's just brunch, the audience, who cares? Like, I really try, and sometimes it doesn't go well, but if you ever see me out there looking a goddamn mess, just be like, she must have tried something different. And today we're trying something different, and it might be a mess. I'm kind of speeding through today because, as usual, I'm a little late, so I threw on some of this Rimmel Fix and Perfect primer. I don't remember if we love this, but I do remember liking the feel of it. It has a lotiony vibe, and honestly, for summer, my face has been dry. I've been out of California, and California is so dry, and Wisconsin and stuff, it's so humid. I feel like my skin loves the summer. It's like sweat, humidity, club, another club. And then when I come back to LA, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm dried out diva. The great thing about Evita is it's dark, it's hot, it's loud, and everybody's so into their own fantasy fashion that no one really cares. So in some ways, it's a good place to experiment. I have my little, I've been learning Procreate, and I'm not saying, you guys, I'm not a drawer, not an artist, but I had this picture of my makeup. I had a few inspirations. Sometimes I get inspired by myself. I had this picture of my eyes. Let's see. This is from like the cover of Blonde in the Pink album. And I was like, okay, I can work with this. Sometimes instead of me coming here on camera and f***ing up the makeup, I will try to draw it in. A couple Halloweens ago when I did the Batwing eyeliner, I had totally sketched that out. So I was like, I want to do neon green and I want to do something really just black lines. And I came up with something like this. It's really similar to my normal makeup, but you guys see how it's closed in the middle? It's like closed off there. And then also it closes on the end. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do big green, lime green blob, cloud of shadow, and then do my black liner, and then sketch on a crease, sketch on this. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it's basically my usual makeup, but it's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna feel different. I've told you guys so many times, I am that person who changes one little thing, and I'm like, so I'm a chameleon. And everyone's like, you look the same. I've been really loving my Makeup Forever foundation, but I am in a fucking hurry today. So face tape is so much faster. This face tape from, what's her name? The goddamn, our friends over at Tarte. Brain death. Chaos. You guys, I can't find my priming spray right now from Trixie Cosmetics, so I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Cucumber one. They're small, but they're very cute and they cost not too much money. I love a deal. Okay, so I've been on break. It's been amazing. And by break, I mean, honestly, you guys, last year my break was a little bit mental health related. I have found now when I'm on a break and it's not like a dire situation where I need to be ushered off to the country to heal my mental well-being, I actually can work a little bit on a break. You know, I had a photo shoot this week. I had a review video I taped for you guys this week. I have 2 DJ gigs. Sunday, I'm doing like a stage reading of a Brady Bunch episode. So it's like, sometimes for me, a break doesn't necessarily mean no work, but it means being able to do some of the projects that I might normally be too busy to do. I'm too dark for this foundation right now, but we're just gonna roll with it. Anything is possible. You guys, I'm gonna skip around today because A, I'm in a hurry, and B, foundation, I'm not really changing lives. I'm really gonna focus on some new eye stuff. You got bravo, you guys. I just got a very small role. I won't say anything else. Very small on like one of my dream programs I could ever be on. I was one of those calls today where I had to mute the phone and just start screaming. I just was like, ah! I mean, I was so excited. You guys know I'm not like an actor, you know. The Jinx of the world, the Bobs of the world, the Katyas of the world. There's a lot of people who like really are actors. I really only know how to play myself. So anytime I get an opportunity that's kind of for me, written for me, like American Horror Story where I played myself, I'm like, love. English teacher, I got to play kind of parts of myself. Love. You know, I'm not, you know, Amy Madigan. I'm not becoming Aunt Gladys. I'm not making a mood board and creating a character. I don't really even know how to do that. Even though I went to acting school, I just really feel like I, all the way through acting school, just picked monologues and stuff that were somewhat adjacent to me. I don't think that's a talent I have to like pull a new character out of my ass. Except the one I pull out every day. But you know, Trixie even is more like, that feels more like possession. You know that moment in Alien when the alien shoots out of the guy's chest? That's how I feel doing drag. You guys, I'm gonna tell you more about what I've been doing on my break, but I'm gonna do some of my contouring and finish up covering my brows and we'll be right back. Okay, you whores. I have Pac-Man Play Pigment here. I'm gonna put this on my hand today because I love my little Trixie palette, but sometimes with these play pigments, because they set to the skin, I sometimes feel like I get a little more control if I'm actually laying this down on the hand. Because you guys, the dress is this color and I really want it to be the same color. So I'm gonna try for it. Lay down a nice base color, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. In all my years of doing drag, I feel like I spent a lot of years using a lot of products, like 2 or 3 shadows an eye, 2 or 3 different and lately I've been very interested in drag looks at least that are just very simple. I love eye looks with 1 eyeshadow. I just think it demonstrates point of view. It demonstrates restraint, as I put yellow eyeshadow on my forehead. It demonstrates restraint. What have I been up to, you guys? I have been lifting a lot of weights. You can't really tell right now. Yeah, that looks like shit. Lifting weights, getting back into running because my arthritis has been like in remission, so I've been able to run. I ran to the studio today. Visiting my family just next week. You guys, I'm going for my birthday. I'm going to Silver Cliff, Wisconsin, where I'm from. I rented a house just maybe a quarter mile down the road from the plot that I grew up on. And my brother and I are going to go whitewater rafting. I think we're gonna go fishing. We're gonna go to the Marinette County Fair. It's weird because my brother and I are, and anybody else, gay guys, you and your straight brother were like enemies. I mean, I could not fucking stand my brother when we were younger. We fought about everything. I think my brother felt shortchanged. Like the universe gave him a little brother and I think he was like fierce. We're going 4-wheeling. We're going fishing. We're playing paintball. And I was like watching the Spice World VHS being like, I'm not doing that. So I think in some ways the universe kind of shortchanged him with the brother he probably wanted. So I kind of feel bad for him in that front. So shout out to the straight brothers who totally, in some ways don't deserve us. In some ways deserved better. You know what I mean? What do you think about that? I kind of like that. Also kind of think I want to do more white on the brow, but let's wait. Let's get going, love. And sometimes with play pigment, you guys, because these set on their own, they have like a natural matte finish. When these dry, sweat rolls over them. I mean, they do not move. This eye look that I want to do today, the white on the bottom is tighter. Do you guys see that? So I hope I can fucking do this. I don't have all the time in the world either. So if I mess this up, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Because sometimes, you guys, I do my makeup so similar all the time. Sometimes I'll get in the zone and completely fucking forget that I have like a plan here. I'll just keep doing my thing and then be like, oops. The other great thing about being on break is my friends can visit. So I have like friends from Wisconsin visiting. My sister's visiting right now. My sister left she's here for her birthday and she left her 4-year-old for the weekend. You know, moms, young moms, you need a getaway, okay? Don't feel bad about it. Leave that kid at home. You know, give that mobile above the crib a good spin and just leave, you know? It was so cute though. My little niece was on the phone today talking to my sister. And anybody else experience this? I remember when my sister came home from the hospital as a baby, and it's really weird to see her have a baby and be a mother. I sometimes have a hard time accepting that okay, follow me. When I introduce my sister to someone now, they are an adult meeting an adult. And in my mind, it's like, that's my baby sister. Does that make sense? Like my younger siblings to me are mentally stuck as like young siblings. And now I'm like, well, damn, they drink alcohol and drive and vape. So I guess they're adults, you know, they grow up so fast. Don't make me think about it. I cry about that shit sometimes. If I ever had a child, can I tell you that the first day of school would put me in the ground? I would never survive. We have somebody at the makeup company who her daughter just went to school. She was telling me, she was like, oh, it's always hard. And I was like, was it the first day? And she was like, 3rd grade. I'm like, damn, bitch, you cry about this every year, but I think you would, right? Moms, comment below. I mean, my mom was afraid to cut my hair. She said she didn't have the heart. You guys, I had a mullet when I was younger, but you know, I'm from the country. You can have a mullet at any age or gender. Mullets can be gender affirming care. If we can be vulnerable, my sisters were born when I was 8 and 10. 10 years and 8 years age difference. You guys know I had a home with a lot of alcoholism and my mom worked full time. So I did a lot of the child care. I changed the diapers. I cooked dinner. I got them ready for school in the morning. I helped them with their homework. I put them to bed. I did all of that. And so in some ways they are my siblings, but in other ways, I just really feel parental. Like I feel like they're just like my little babies. And you know, I love them so much. I just remember, you know, guys, we grew up in the country, deep country. We didn't have a lot of neighbors. I would spend my whole summer break at home with my younger siblings, like, you know, caring for them all day, cooking for them, playing with them, watching movies with them, like round the clock care, right? I just sometimes have a really hard time bridging that person is now like, has a full-time job and drives a car and has a child. You know what I mean? Like I just can't like put those two things together. It's crazy. Siblings are weird. All right, that's a pretty good start for this. I think that's about the opacity that I need because now in my Ellis Atlantis palette, which by the way, I think that Ellis has a new one out. I think I have the PR somewhere. I didn't even open it yet. It's kind of a yellow dress, but I'm gonna incorporate a little bit of this green here called Specimen because I do want a little bit more depth. And this is looking a little yellow to me in the monitor compared to green. So I'm gonna introduce a little bit of this witchy green and I think it'll meet this yellow and make a real tennis ball color. I feel like it's so green in real life and not showing up on camera. Watch me look right in the camera and just deny what I see on screen. That looks pretty good though. Okay, I'm gonna do some setting powder and just see what's going on here. I'm still loving this Strawberry Shortcake Glam Light powder, you guys. I kind of think pink setting powder is overhyped. I do, but I do like it. But I don't buy these TikToks that are like, oh my God, wait. Oh my God, this viral powder is back in stock. Like, I don't buy into that. Like, you can't trick me into TikTok to buying something. Like, you can't. And I think everyone on the internet is lying to me. So at all times, I'm like, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. I don't ever lie to you guys. I really feel like it's important to not lie to the audience. I mean, there's been times, you guys, like in the last couple years where certain life events had transpired that I was not immediately forthcoming with y'all about. And real tea, it kind of like ate me up. I felt fucking weird. You guys have seen my house, my mom. Every part of my life has been on YouTube, on television, whatever. I mean, I have a music video that shows my hometown. Every part of my life has been on an album or on TV or something. And so it's hard for me to, in the past, to partition off parts of my life and not share. But as you get older, I kind of like shit like that, you know? Not everything has to be content. Now, when I'm doing my makeup like this and the eyeshadow is really light, usually what helps is for my brow bone to look lighter. So I'm gonna take a little bit of white Hotline. You guys know our super long wearing, award-winning No, we haven't won any awards. I don't ever lie to you guys, but I think it deserves one. I think we have the best white liner in the biz. I'm gonna take some of that and I'm gonna sketch under the brow, and I think it's gonna give a lot more frame to this shadow. I've also, you guys, when I go on break, it's really an opportunity for me to palette cleanse and think about which parts of doing this I love the most. Not for nothing, both times I've been on break, YouTube is the part I miss the most, the absolute most. I miss DJing, I miss doing the pod, whatever. I really get horny to do this. I just love doing this. Talking to myself in my home is my calling. And honestly, I've been training for it my whole life. You guys talk to yourself? I fucking do. One of my favorite things to do with Hotline is to use it as like a base for the brow bone, and then I'll take, this is just turn up the base powder foundation from one size, and I'll set that white with this just so it doesn't look so frosty. Oh, by the way, you guys, in case you don't listen to Bald and the Beautiful, we've also been recapping season 7. That's a fucking trip, dude. That is a Trippiana McGillicuddy. It's so weird. Wow. All right, for me to start this makeup, I think I'm gonna need to do some white liner and some black liner just to start, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna start doing that and we'll be right back. Gorgeous, you guys. I think it's kind of slay. I mean, you have to imagine it currently has no lash, but let me show you my big fancy lash. And then I've been wearing all my lashes from That's Too Gay Lashes. I'm obsessed. I don't think I can ever go back. Isn't that gonna look f***ing fierce? I think that's gonna be so f***ing cool. I was gonna close up this end too, but I think I like it open now that I look at it. I think it'll close up the eye too much. So let's do the other one, shall we? Girls, girls, girls. I got my black Hotline here. If you guys don't know, Hotline is incredible. Super long wearing, super black. We really have the blackest eyeliner. I was on set the other day for a photo shoot, and at a photo shoot, there's the photo that shows up on the screen, and then there's a tiny inset picture of your iris. And I think it's so that they can make sure it's always in focus. And so I'm always seeing a close-up of my eye makeup in drag. The other day, it was a raw image. The black was so black on the eyelid in bright lights. I was like, we have the blackest black eyeliner. I really continue to struggle with symmetry, so I need everybody here to pray for me in this moment. Something about symmetry too, you guys. In the moment, I don't see it. And then when the video comes out and I watch it on my 85-inch television, I go, huh. Maybe you should film all your makeup videos to the side, because when I look straight on and it's like, it's sometimes so f***ing bad, you guys. It's very Salvador Dali, wax, House of Wax, melt sort of thing. I just did a DJ gig last night at High Tops in West Hollywood with Leland. You guys know him from writing all the musicals and music for every single pop star who's ever lived on the internet and in real life. We never really get booked together, so we have to basically like whore ourselves out to make it happen. I think the people at High Tops know that he and I are friends, so they were like, do you guys want to do this gig together? I was like, hell yeah, bitch. It was super fun. If you guys live in LA, or if you have visited LA and you've been to Evita, you know that, I'm 35. I don't drink as much as I used to. I do have to mentally, spiritually prepare myself for how dark, loud, and hot this party is sometimes. I think the first time I DJ'd there in drag, I was like melting to death. LA is also a weird audience sometimes too. Like sometimes it's like people there to see me, but because it's LA, they don't want to act excited. So it's always a very like, we're here for you, but because it's LA, we're going to do the pageantry of pretending we don't care that you're here. It's very like push and pull, will we, won't we? I don't know. I think it's a lot easier when you like someone if you just act excited. I don't know. Do gay guys even like drag anymore? I don't know what's happening. Is drag just so played out now? Is it like, I think the gays have moved on to Labubu. We're like Webkins, we're Neopets. It's like, oh, remember that? Just getting my white Hotline on. It really is so white too. I mean, all these graphic liner looks, you guys, you have a really white and a really black, it's super easy. Like the makeup just does itself. To me, when it comes to black liner and white liner, it's all those times you have to try to fix it and go over it 3 times and try to make it sharp, try to make it white, try to make it black. That's when you f up. But you have a white and a black that paints on white and black. You basically are tracing and moving on. What else? I've been playing a lot of pool. You guys know the new series, Out of Pocket. I really play pool all the time. I play a few times a week. Sometimes I go during the day and just put my headphones in and I'll just get $10 in quarters and I'll play like 10 games in a row by myself. I love to play during the day because I usually play sober and I don't want to be interrupted. So I just like to play against myself for like 10 rounds and listen to like Pod Save America or something that's going to piss me off, get my anger out. We've also kind of been on break from doing Netflix right now, which is crazy because I'm just so used to doing that all the time. Like I haven't sat on that couch and watched TV with Katya for I think a few months now. I love doing that job, you guys. I could do that for the rest of my life. I love working with Katya. I love our director, Jennifer. I mean, Netflix and the associated talent. Do you guys realize they let us go in there and just say shit? Like we have so much creative freedom that I like to watch. If you guys want to know the inside tea, and I don't want to, you know, share too much, but when the show first started, we didn't know it was going to be series. It was not pitched to us as like, would you like to do a series that will run for years? Like we didn't know. We thought it was maybe going to be 1 or 2 things. And in fact, if you want to know the real tea, I remember when the offer came in, somebody on management team was like, hey, we passed. It just doesn't sound like something you'd like to do. And I said, what is it? And they were like, well, Netflix, it's like a show where you would sit and watch Netflix content and like talk about it. And I was like, that sounds fierce. I think in the beginning, maybe the show was only meant to be like limited amount of like promotional materials. And then, I mean, we just love doing it. So been doing it a while. Don't f this up, self. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to my little one size pen. I don't know where my hot liner is. So we're gonna improvise. And luckily this one size point made pen is really, really good. I'm gonna f this up. Oh, okay. I'm gonna f this up. Please, God. Please, oh God, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak the f out. If I f this up at this stage, you guys, I will flip this goddamn table. Oh, okay. Sometimes I just have to relax. And Sue Ellen, don't get overwhelmed. Just do one thing at a time. Okay, this actually, can I say, you guys are probably watching this on a huge TV, in HD. Can I just say for me, this is not bad. It's pretty bad. Let me fix it. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it, you guys. I'm just gonna keep lining it until it looks a little better. I actually really don't hate it. Under the eye, I wanna soften it a little bit so it's not such a clean line. I have this tiny little brush that I don't even know where it fucking came from. Buff, buff, buff. The hot line is still a little wet, so I'm just gonna like buff it to death with this brush. And I have a little black shadow brush. And let's just buff that out, honey. I don't wanna put too much black on the bottom, but when I was sketching this out, I felt like when it didn't have like the buffed out bottom, it didn't look right. It does kind of look like this, doesn't it? I kind of did it. You guys are at home being like, that does not look like. You guys, when I worked at the makeup counter, we do these things, these like skill set kind of assessments where they would give you a tear. Let's say it's a red lip or a graphic liner or something. And you would have to copy it like exactly as much as you can. And you guessed it, every single assessment, they'd be like, so the symmetry. This side is really good. This side looks nothing like the other side. And I'd be like, what do you mean? Okay, this is what I think we should do. I'm gonna apply some L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. This is really old. For accountability reasons, I'm gonna throw this away right on camera because this is, I'm supposed to be a makeup company owner. This is probably a year old. Isn't that horrible? Let's just get rid of it. Sorry, bravo, bravo, bravo. Let's put on some lashes. I feel like until I get some lashes on, I'm not really gonna know how this looks. So let's do it. I think I'm gonna really feel it, you guys. I've been thinking about this makeup, thinking about this drag look. I think I'm gonna look really good today. I don't wanna jinx it. And I know sometimes I do look like shit, but I don't think today's gonna be one of those days. Okay. I'm gonna be visiting my mom next week. On a serious note, you guys know This Is It closed last spring now, just like, I guess 4 months ago. It feels like so long ago, but if I can be vulnerable, I think it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to be back and not go to the bar. I love the bar. I loved helping and being a part of it and helping it, the good parts of it be good and trying to troubleshoot the parts of it that weren't right. I love, Milwaukee's an amazing place for gay bars. I think we have 9 or 10 gay bars. But you know, anybody who's gay and lives in a city, we've all seen a bar or 2 close. It's hard. It's sad and it's hard, and this is my own issues, but I just never want to feel like I let people down. I only want to bring success to something I'm a part of. I don't want to be not able to resuscitate something, you know, and I really hoped that I could really help it thrive and survive. And it just, you know, I think I did for a lot of years, but it's hard. It's hard for gay bars, you know. It's a hard time in American history for gay bars, let me tell you. Try to support the independent gay businesses in your life. I get my lashes from this, that's 2 gay people. And, you know, I know that that's a person, a queer person just making art, wearable art, and happy to support the girls, you know? I have some lashes here. These are from James Mansfield. I was like, maybe I can wear these as bottom lashes. They're so big. I was like, maybe I can just wear a chunk of them. These are, girl, step away from the lash, girl. I kind of just want to wear a piece though. Let me see if I can chop them up a little bit. These are a little too long for me to wear as bottoms. Let me see if I can trim them. James, I know this is sacrilegious. I'm just gonna trim your lashes down a little bit. I'm sorry. You guys, every lash is a starting point. Our friend who runs That's 2 Gay Lashes, Alexis, hi Alexis. I was on a Zoom with them and I was like, I hate to tell you, I love your lashes, but I do get them in the mail and chop them up. And they were like, it's okay. And I was like, okay, I don't wanna like insult your art and pervade it, but I do like chop them up. See, that's gonna look great. But I guess, you know, if you're Vanity or James Mansfield, if you make wigs or lashes, or costumes or whatever, I guess you do have to just let it go. Like if you see it at a show and that wig looks fucked or that outfit looks like it's not been dry cleaned or something, I guess you just have to like be at peace with it, you know? That looks great. It looks nothing like the lash that James is selling, but that looks great. I actually think that's really fierce. I like this look, you guys. I have a cool idea too. We'll see. I am gonna need blush, but I'm really fucking loving how this is turning out. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of fun. Ooh, I have these. These are from Glitter by Makeup or Breakup, I believe. They are big black hexagon sequins. I think they'd be really horny under the eye. What do you guys think? I'm just thinking it's a nightclub, it's dark, big black sequins. I used to take these, you guys. They're just like big black hexagon sequins. And I used to coat my entire black liner with them, which under the lights, your black liner would be like patent. It was so cool, but it was kind of time consuming. And so I'm not really actually able to do that, love. And sometimes you can just use hairspray, which is what I'm gonna do. I just hairspray the finger. Well, that's not fucking working. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I found this little jar of glue. It was in the glitter drawer. I think it's Prozaid. I'm just gonna use it. This is how I lose my eye. Burn the skin, let's patch test. It doesn't burn the hand. I think it'll be okay. Wish I could tell you guys what show I'm gonna be doing. I'm really excited to do it. Okay, I'll tell you, it's the Hunger Games. Obviously, I am still able to play a teenager. Thank you guys so much for your support. And it's just funny because my husband, Josh Hutcherson, and we never have gotten to work together on a movie, but it's always like, you know, sliding doors kind of situation. And, you know, at least we're both kind of in the franchise now, you know? And my best friend, Elizabeth Banks, I remember when I was auditioning, I called her and I was like, girl, I don't know. And she was like, just do it. It's a really lovely fandom. Do I hate this? Do I hate this? No, I don't hate it. Let's just do it. Let's do it, right? Come on, girls. These are these moments where it's like, are you a clean girl bitch or are you a goddamn clown whore? You know, like, let's do it. I think the clean girl makeup trend is ending. Thank God some of you have been living a lie. Fierce. Fierce! Oh, I love that. I was delusional and none of you stepped in to help me. So thanks for that. We're towards about the end of this makeup now. So I think we should decide on a blush situation. I don't want to be too blushy, but I got to do something. So I have a Sweetie Trixie stick here. These are really great because even though they're a cream blush, you can use them on top of stuff or you can use it under. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush here. So this is Sweetie. This is one of our older colors, but we have all those brand new cream blush colors. Siren, exceptionally horny. Honey is gorgeous. Sweetie is just, this one's that's been in my kit for years. I love this color. For something like this where I don't really want a blushy look, but I can't go fucking naked cheeked. I'm Trixie Mattel, you know? That looks gorgeous. You guys, Brandon is on break. Brandon has been doing stand-up like multiple nights a week all over Los Angeles. If you guys are in LA, DM Brandon or follow him. You can see Brandon. Brandon is so funny. Brandon's actually one of the first stand-ups I ever seen in real life back in the day in Milwaukee. I went to see him in drag, actually, because he used to always come see my drag shows. So a bunch of our friends went to see him and he was so fucking funny. So if you guys want to support a local artisan, go see Brandon. She is so fucking funny. She's still a little bitch though. I'm gonna put a little bit of the strawberry shortcake blush over it. I can't help it. Once a whore, always a whore, you know? Have you guys ever seen Drop Dead Gorgeous? What'd your mom always say? Once a carny, always a carny. Mom still cries when she sees a tilt-a-whirl or a fat lady in a tube top. Love that shit. You guys, I think this looks fucking great. I'm gonna go put on my outfit and maybe we can do lips when I come back. Is that okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. No tea, I look so good, right? I mean, come on. Look at the material. A lot of you whores love to forget that Miss Trixie Mattel, when called upon, can look pretty fucking good in drag, okay? So I do worry about this curl bouncing. I think I'm gonna have to bring a bobby pin and like do this during the set, like just pin it up. But also I just got fucking nail polish in my hair. Oh no, black nail polish in the hair. It's a low light, it's a low light. Okay. I have a product that I can't show on camera because we're working on it and it's new and I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm just going to use some of it and maybe you guys see me use it and maybe you find out later what it is. Okay. Now I need lips. This is Raisin Lip Pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been so into our pencils that honestly I've just like not been using anything else, but I think I still need to give some love to some of my favorite pencils. And I love these Anastasia pencils. I'm gonna go on the inside of that with Work Wife. Lately I've been doing like most of my lips in pencil and then just almost like blotting with lip color, if that makes sense. I just been on a real like lip pencil kick. You know what I forgot to do? And I'm just like sitting here looking at it. Normally I have a stage in this makeup where I deepen all the contours. I didn't go over the contour. I have less contour on. I can't tell how I feel about it. I kind of think it looks good, but am I really Trixie Mattel if I don't have like deep cheeks? I'm gonna have to go over it a little. And this is Eden Liquid Lip Color. I love this color. It's super neutral. I've been really into cream lipsticks, but for DJing, you guys, I just love to put on something that I know is like not gonna go anywhere, you know? I'm gonna add a little bit of depth in my cheek. I just think it's missing. I'm gonna feel naked all night if I don't go off on some cheeks. So I'm gonna take this blunt brush, a little bit of face powder. Yes. Okay, I don't know why I'm whispering. You guys, this is the final look. It's time to go to Evita. I'm not bringing Nick to Evita this time. He's getting a little too old for a West Hollywood party. So we're gonna have to rely on maybe some footage of me on y'all's stories or your Instagrams to see me doing the thing. But usually when I go to gigs, I have the first couple songs like decided. And tonight I really wanna play No Diggity. So we're gonna start with that. I just feel like that is such a like, throw everything off the table and reset the vibe, whatever it is. I like the way you work it, like people love that shit. So I'm gonna go to Do Dre at the Evita nightclub. So I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you for joining me for this very informal get ready. I'm going back to my break this week. I'll see you guys after a few more weeks and I will look even more refreshed and beautiful. So thank you guys very much, goodbye.